Well, hello there, you lovely little so-and-sos. Welcome back to Last Row Racing, Season 1 of the GT4 series. And what a season it's been so far, only a couple of races left. Jake, what do you think about the couple of races left? And what about the Hungaroring, Jake? How do you feel about that? No, that's right, Jake is unfortunately not here tonight. I have no clue where he is, but I'm pretty sure he's studying hard at uni. In fact, that is what he's doing. I'm trying to throw him in the deep there. He's studying hard at uni, so I'll let him off. I'll let him off this time, but he won't be getting away with it next time. So you're just going to have to deal with me for the next half an hour, an hour and a half or so. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're all excited for the Hungaroring. It's a little bit rainy at the Hungaroring at the moment. I don't know how it's changed at the moment, because I haven't had a look yet. But let's both have a look. Let's both share this moment. Let's have a look. What's it like? Oh, it's wet, baby. It's wet. It is sopping. It's soaking dry as St. Laurent there just sits and waits eagerly to get onto his starting lap. Whew. So last race we had quite the showdown with Shet appearing in our first position. Benvenuti coming in a very lovely second place. Hasn't been on the podium for a while, and then sneaking into third was, if I remember correctly, it was Nokalainen. Accelerate. I do believe Accelerate is Nokalainen. But we'll never know, I suppose, because I've still never asked him. Because I'm really good like that. See you later, Downing. Oh, what a catch! Keeps it on the track, you little legend. So let's go through the championship at the moment. Tommy Shet has retaken the top spot on our driver championship. He is on 619 points, absolutely blitzing it. And Jay Saunders, unfortunately, from not appearing last race, has gone down to second in the championship on a 583. And joining him on 583 points is Christopher Downing. And I can imagine he's going to try and take that second spot. All three top three contenders for the World Championship at the moment for the Last Row Racing GT4 season is in this race. So we're going to see a very good fight, hopefully, for the front. Technically, Tommy Shet's car from the top three out of the BMW, the Mercedes, and the KTM. The KTM is designed better for this track. Obviously, this track doesn't really have as many long straights, only the one long straight at the start, realistically, and everything else is corner after corner after corner. So Shet should have the advantage here, but in the rain, who knows? Who knows? Who's done the homework in the rain? That is the question. Just behind Chris Downing in the championship, we've got James Ensby. James Ensby, of course, last time out had a little bit of a tussle with Chris Downing. Chris Downing's just in front of him, so I can imagine James Ensby would like to bring it back a little bit. Bring the fight back to him pretty much this race and see if he can actually get in front of Chris Downing and take that third spot. That'll be his aim today. And Martin Breuker, he starts in 5th in the championship at the moment. And he had actually a pretty damn good race last race, which was 7th in the last one. That's pretty damn good for Martin Breuker. He'll be happy with that, and hopefully he can continue the good spell in this Hungaroring sprint race. And then just below him, let's have a wee look and see. We have Nokalainen. Nokalainen obviously coming third last race. Hopefully he can keep that good those good spells up, and he'll absolutely soar through the ranks. Potentially, I'm projecting Nokalainen will go to 5th. I reckon he's going to go to 5th. Jamie Ellis in 8th. Carlos Delgado, he's in 9th, just about staying in the top 10. And Christopher Brillant is in 10th. And we don't see Rafterstar staying in the top fight, in the top 10. Rafterstar, where you at, bro? Where you at? Bless a little cotton sock. I want to see some chatting in the stream this time. I've got both of our chats up. I can see YouTube, I can see Twitch, and I'm ready. I need someone to chat to, please. I'm lonely. There's no Jake here today to make funny jokes. And let me tell you, my jokes aren't funny, so this ain't gonna go well, Chief. But we're gonna do our absolute best. Absolute best. What's your predictions for this race? Who's going to win? Who's not going to win? Let me know. Please do. Please do. Right then. Let's have a look then. So, qualifying at the moment. 15 minutes left of qualifying, obviously, in this race. We've got a longer qualifying session because we really need to determine who is where on the pitch. On the pitch? Ah, it's not a pitch, Callum. It's a racetrack. Been watching too much football lately. Joking, I haven't been watching football. I don't like that sport. So on this racetrack, we need to make sure that everyone for the sprint race, because obviously everyone's going to be absolutely flying. There's not really many tactics apart from go as fast as you can during this time in a 45-minute race. So we need to determine who should be where, and that obviously takes as long as it needs, which is 20 minutes. I wish we've got 15 minutes left on that. T. Shetz, though, was top in free practice, and he is top at the moment in qualifying with a 1:58.95. And I do believe in practice he actually got a little bit better than that, I do believe. So hopefully we'll be seeing some quick times towards the end of this qualifying session. Let's see who else we've got. So Jay Sanders just behind him, 2 seconds behind him as well. So he definitely hasn't set his perfect lap yet. I can imagine he's going to be waiting for that moment. Jimmy Ellison third, a weird third, I suppose, because he hasn't been on the top step in a few races. He'll be glad to be third for now, I can imagine. And if he stays there, good on you, Jamie Ellis. Good on you. Good on you. Chris Downing, he'll be absolutely scrapping to get into that top 3. We've seen Downing sometimes, you know, qualifying a little bit lower than probably what he wants, but he does absolutely rake it back in the race. Obviously, as much contact as possible. Yep, I'm still going to keep that joke going, Chris Downing, even if Jake's not here to spur me on with it. I'm still going to go for it. Yeah, he's going to want to start as far up the I keep wanting to say pitch, as far up the racetrack as possible, to get himself a good little start in this race, especially with the rain, because I can imagine there's not many people who have practiced in the rain. So again, with rainy races, anyone can win. Let's be honest. So we could say anyone take the checkered flag here. Could be Hugevin, could be Delgado, could be St. Laurent, could be Nokalainen, Buka, Piera, Ellis. It could be anyone. Absolutely anyone. No one chatting at the moment. We've got 4 viewers though. Hello, 4 viewers on YouTube. How many have we got on my Twitch? 1. Yes! Get in. My Twitch be booming. My Twitch be on fire. Love that. Let's see what Nokalainen's doing. Nokalainen down in 8th position. Potentially looking to get a little bit higher as he touches the grass there for good luck. And he's just chilling at the moment. There's not really much need to absolutely send it right now. I don't know how the weather's going to change. I can't personally see if the weather's going to change or not throughout this race. I will be able to say, never mind. I've just made a discovery on myself, and a remembrance discovery, that the weather is above on the scoreboard. So as you can see there, I don't know why I didn't think it was on the screen. For the next 30 minutes it is going to be raining, and it's not going to stop. So by the looks of it, there's not going to be much tactical waiting around. You know, sometimes in qualifying it can get a little bit drier towards the end of qualifying, and that's when you go out for your laps. But at the moment, doesn't look like that's going to happen. So they're just going to have to go the fastest to be the fastest man on the track, because that is how you are the fastest. You just have to be the fastest. Just in case you didn't know, cutting the corner a little bit there. Don't know if that's a corner cut. Apparently not. There's Nokalainen sends himself through that corner. Beautiful little corner, that. Good fun. Down then P4 now for St. Laurent. St. Laurent has been absolutely steaming these past few races. Obviously, we saw him at one point in... Oh, as he goes off track a little bit there. We saw him, like, I think it was in Zandvoort, when we saw him quite literally at the back of the field. I think he was actually last, potentially. And now he's actually doing really well. I think he finished mid-table last race. Let me have a look, see if he finished mid-table last race. Let's have a look. Unless he's got a different name. No, he hasn't. He came 12th last race, and that's really good for St. Laurent. So if he keeps that kind of level of racing at the moment that he is in third, if he keeps that up, oof, we're in for a shocker of a race, I think. A shocker of a result. I want to see a shocker of a result. I would like to see one. Okay, we've got 10 minutes left of this qualifying session. T-Shet's still to stay in front. We're 157.729. I do believe he's improved there. I think he had a 58 before, and he has improved by 3/10. I do remember, because he actually did. He did indeed hit a 58 dead. So he's improved by 3/10. What a lad. Saunders, on the other hand, hasn't managed to improve yet and hasn't managed to break that wall down that T. Shet has created at the top front there. St. Laurent sneaking behind Saunders. Saunders now coming in with a 1 second advantage on his previous time. Let me have a look, see what he just set there. So his best time is a 1:59.196. So still a little bit behind Shet, unfortunately. Let's see if he can bring that back. So at the moment, it looks like T. Shet is going to absolutely floor it away with this race if he keeps up his qualifying pace in the race itself. I mean, it could be a completely dry race, and then the tables are turned, quite literally, and the sprint race turns into a scrap. It'll be fun to see if it dries up for race day. Delgado in fourth. Delgado in fourth. Very nice from Delgado. He'll be hoping to keep that spot. Maybe Delgado's the rain king. Did a rain dance beforehand, before seeing this track, and it's paid off bountifully. Maybe he'll be the one to break into the podiums this race. Nockalainen, he's in fifth, just behind Delgado, with plus 3 seconds on T. Shet, and that is a 2:08. And Delgado and Nockalainen, nothing between them actually. Delgado doing a 2:08.861, and Nockalainen doing a 2:08.867. So that's only 6 milliseconds splitting them two. Is it 6 milliseconds? I think it's milliseconds. I don't really know my seconds very well, as you can tell. Bless me. Bless me indeed. Still no chatting in the chats. We got 6 viewers in this Assetto Corsa Competizione YouTube channel. I want to see some chatting. What's your predictions for this race? What's going to happen? Do you think Chris Downham's going to take 3 or 4 people out? Maybe even 5? Tell me down below. Is St. Laurent going to get a good place out of this? Is he going to keep his 3rd place? Who knows? Let me know down in the comments there. Is Dambraskis going to show how good he is again as a newcomer and absolutely blitz the field from 10th to 1st? Who knows? Let me know in the chat. Absolutely. Piera then, running in 9th at the moment. That's pretty good stands for Piera. Actually, to be fair, Piera, let's see what he did last race. Piera, where did you come? Piera came 22nd last race, but I don't think he finished. So not a good running for last race. So you'll be hoping to create a better chance this race and to finish it in flying colours, hopefully. And that 10th spot will be beautiful for him. We've got 18 cars on track at the moment as well. Not the full field. So I wonder where all of them are gone. Who knows? It's wet and rainy. Some people don't want to race in the wet. Wet and rainy conditions, nobody enjoys them. Absolutely nobody. Whew. Hear that AMG roar. It's a lovely sound to wake up to at the morning. I can imagine for anyone who lives around the Hungaroring way. Flawless. Jimmy Ellis now, he's dropped down to P9. Was P3 a little bit earlier ago, but now dropped down to P9, unfortunately. He'll be looking to potentially try and grasp up the spots again. Usually starting around 6th or 7th, I think, Jimmy Ellis. So he'll be wanting to probably start around there. Probably get a couple more places on the board before this race starts. Delgado has switched places with St. Laurent. So St. Laurent out of the P3 spot, unfortunately. He'll be wanting to take that P3 spot back, I am sure. Nockalainen can't do anything to St. Laurent now as well. St. Laurent's improved on his time now, a 2:05. Obviously, a couple of minutes ago, Nockalainen and Laurent only had 6 milliseconds between them. But St. Laurent, he has improved to a 3/10 gap between our little Nockalainen, so he'll be hoping to keep that. Nockalainen will be hoping to push that bridge a little bit further. so they can get over that spot. Oh. It's a weird dynamic without Jake, you know. I feel lost without him. I don't have anyone to bounce off. You know? I don't have anyone to say silly comments with me. Very upsetting stuff. Oh, we've got some messages in the chat. I hope Martin on 1, 2, or 3. Oh, you want Mr. Baruka on P1, 2, or 3? To be honest, I mean, he was doing pretty damn well, and it's raining, so who knows, Ruddy? Who knows? I think we could potentially see Baruka doing really well here. Actually, anyone doing really well. It's all open. I'm open ears for anything. And Rudy Baruka, are we a family member, Mr. Baruka? In the chat there. Whew. Foxworth says it's going to be a Foxworth Autosport 1, 2, 3. One can dream. You know what? I'm going to keep that to my heart, and I'm gonna hope that it's a Foxworth 1, 2, 3. That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely gorgeous. We'll see though. As I say, it's raining, and rain can bring on anything. Martin the Dutch Hulkenberg Baruka looking good under the rain. He really is. He really is, Mr. Admiral. Absolutely. Abso-friggin-lutely. Martin's dad, yes, we had Father Benvenuti in last race, and now we've got Father Baruka. Get in. Well, Martin's dad, I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him for you. I'm hoping that the spirit of you guides Mr. Baruka into the top spot. I really actually do. I'm genuinely. I mean, last time out, obviously, it was Benvenuti with his dad by his side in the chat. He had a wonderful finish in P2. So hopefully the same can happen now that you're here for Mr. Martin Baruka. So who knows? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. I'm doing my ever best. Usually Jake's incredible at pronouncing Dutch names. I, on the other hand, are not. I'm really bad, so I do apologise if I'm getting all these names wrong. I'm trying my hardest without my side man with me today. Also, as well, is the sound okay? I kind of changed my sound up so that people could hear me a little bit better, a little bit more clearer, because obviously with Jake's voice, you've got to balance it out, because it's in with all the other sounds. So I've tried to balance my voice out with the background a little bit better today. So if it sounds good, tell me, and that's brilliant. It's okay, man. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Father Baruka. Right. 2 minutes left of this qualifying session. It's coming to a close at the moment. Tommy Schett is in the pit at the moment. He seems pretty happy with his time of a 1:57.576. Probably the best he's going to get maybe in the rain. I don't think he's going to push it too far anymore. And he's going to have to go out pretty darn soon if he wants to get another lap out. Jay Sanders, is that Jay Sanders also in the pit? He is. Jay Sanders not going out again either. Are they calling it quits? Are they calling it time? They've only got a couple of seconds left to try and get that lap in, and they've got to let people by, of course. So they better be pretty snappy if they want to get out of the pit with the time. Delgado still going around the track. He's back into third, and he's staying third. Mr. Baruka, P4 for Baruka. Will he stay there? We hope so. We hope he can stay there. St. Laurent pushed down to P5. He won't be happy with that. Pierre, he is in 6th at the moment. Jamie Ellis is staying in 7th. He comes up from 9th to 7th. Jamie Ellis will probably be quite happy with that, actually. It's generally where he sits around on the track. Knockalainen in 8th. He probably won't be happy with that, actually. Knockalainen usually around 5th. So obviously hasn't done his practice in the rain. See, Downing definitely won't be happy with that qualifying. If he actually does stay there, he'll be wanting to improve his time. But as he's coming around the track now, potentially on his last lap, will he manage to get into that top 3 spot? Who knows? Who knows? Jimmy Ellis now pushes Delgado out of the top 3 spot and into the P4 spot. Jimmy Ellis now is on the podium. Provisional podium, sorry. Let's wait and see. It's all kicking off now towards the end of these laps. Where's Christopher Downing then? Coming around the last corner, I do believe here. Oh, no, not the last corner. I do apologise. Oh, Downing's off! Could he still have a time here? He may as well keep going. He may as well keep going. He's got one more chance potentially at a cracker of a lap. One more chance for Christopher Downer. Will he get it? Who knows? Who knows? St. Laurent now down to 6th. Unfortunately, to be honest, he's had a very good run. He's not usually this high up, so St. Laurent, I applaud you. There's my applause for you. Big man. It's okay, man. Nope, not going out. Tommy Shetz says in the chat he ain't going out. He's happy with his time. Happy as Larry. And Jay Saunders, by the looks of it, not going out neither, so he's also happy with his time. So yeah, everyone's seeming to be very happy with the time. Martin Brugge, he's going for his final lap now. Can he improve on a P5? Let's see about that. Can he get in front of Delgado and make it a P4 start? Or a P3 start, who knows? Pushing the absolute boundaries there of the cars. You can see him going right onto the AstroTurf to the side there. AstroTurf, very dangerous in the wet, so I approve of his valiance. His valiance? His vigilance, I think is the word I meant. I think that's the one I meant. Right, final lap's coming in now then. Delgado, halfway across the track now. He's got a little bit of the track left to go. Where can Delgado put himself? 2 seconds behind the leader's pace at the moment. 2.8, sorry. Behind the leader's pace. I have to squint to see the times on my screen. Let's see where he gets. Martin Brugge now. Is he just in front? He is in front, I do believe. It's hard to tell which part of the track they're on. He might have been just a little bit behind, actually. Delgado then coming to the third and final corner. Here we go. And he's coming to the penultimate corner now. Second last corner. Where will he finish? Put your bets in now. Put your bets in now and be a cool kid if you get it right. Where's he going to come? P3. Is he going to improve on his time? At the moment, he's on a 150 as he comes around this corner. Ah, and he pits, unfortunately. He dips out of his lap. Brugge, though, he doesn't dip out of his lap. He's going for gold. Let's see what Brugge can get. Brugge at the moment. It's looking good. Oh, and he spins out somehow on the last corner. Did he get it, though? Did he get past the line? I don't think he did. Did he? My goodness. Stays 5th, unfortunately. Gets on the power a little bit too early there. Where the hell's Chris Downing at? Chris Downing coming around the last corner. Can he improve on his time? P9 at the moment. He'll be wanting to get into probably that P3 position so he can fight a little bit with Saunders and Shetz throughout this race. Where's he going to come? Down in 9th at the moment. And he only comes 7th. Now that is a little bit sketchy from our Chris Downing. Beautiful stuff though. So that's our lineup, boys. I feel quite bad because usually it's Jake's job to do the lineup. You know, do I take that away from him? Oh, I feel so. I'm getting emotional. Getting emotional that Jake's not here to say who the lineup is. Ah, we'll do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. So, at the moment, we've got Tommy Shetz. He starts in P1. P2 is Jay Saunders, who is 2 seconds behind in pace. So, will that race pace catch him up? I don't know. Who knows? Jamie Ellis in 3rd position. He'll be very happy with that, actually. And he'll be in a fighting spirit, I can imagine, to get some really good points. C. Delgado as well. He'll be utterly amazed with that position. And he'll be wanting to stay in the top 10 fight, of course. So some good points for him would be admirable. Martin Brugge in a very good position. P5. Not usually P5, Brugge. And I can imagine his dad's very happy in the chat for him. He's 6 P5. And just behind him, St. Laurent. Obviously, them two having a little bit of a battle for the last couple of places. But St. Laurent just misses out on a P6. Again, very good for St. Laurent. We've got some good rainy drivers, apparently, on this track. Someone who's not very good, apparently, in the rain at Hungary, unfortunately, is Chris Downing. He's in 7th. Usually a little bit higher up than 7th, so he might not be as happy as he can be with that. But it's a sprint race, and anything can happen in a wet race. So let's see what happens. Rafael Paella. He's in P8. Knockalainen in 9th. He probably won't be very happy with that Knockalainen. Usually a little bit higher, but again, let's see what the race brings for him. Christopher Broylance, he's in 10th. Kaz Dambraskis, not as usual position there, Dambraskis, but 11th. Hopefully will do for him, and hopefully he can make some magic from that 11th spot. J Hope, he's in 12th. Daniel Robertson, 13th. Martin Baldinger, he's in 14th. Eddie Oostenbergen, he's in 15th. And 16th is Elko Hugevin. Oostenbergen and Hugoven. That's two names that's very difficult to say at the same time. Morgan White, hello, hello. How you doing, you absolute babe? Andrew Hardy, he's in 17th, and Van Geffen, he is unfortunately set in the back in 18th. Whew. That's a lot. I don't know how Jake gets through that. It's hard to do, you know. To go through that. If no big incident, let's go for Sanders, Shetz, Brooke, and Ellis. Is that your top three, Admiral? To be honest, that would be pretty good to see. You think Shetz is going to be second, though? From the pace that I've seen, I would say that he's going to switch. I would switch the positions for Shetz to be first and Saunders to be second. But you never know. He could go off. His heart will be racing at the start, I can imagine. So we'll see what happens there. And Brooker and Ellis to be third and fourth. I think that's a good prediction. I like that prediction. I want to see that happen. And of course, go Hugoven. How could we have a last row racing race without Hugoven, huh? We can't. It was a trick question. Trick question. We've got 9 people watching in the last row racing chat. Whew. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. 9 people listen to my voice. Jake will be utterly... he'll just be so upset that he's missed 9 people to talk to. Well, Jake, sucks to be you, bro. It was either uni work or last row racing. He chose uni work. What an idiot. What a colossal moron. Jokes, Jake. Hope you're having fun doing your work. Morgan, how you doing, boy? In the Twitch chat. Who do you think's gonna come where, Morgan White? Who do you think's gonna come where and why? I want a detailed examination of why, what's gonna happen. If that was a word, probably not. Probably not. Whoa, let's get a little cam action. Let's see how soppy it is out there. So let's go on the onboards here. Oh, it looks a little bit rainy. It's not the worst rain, but it's definitely wet. Yeah, it's not great conditions for racing. Let's hope that people don't get a little bit too jump starty on the start here, and a little bit too greedy for the top spots. Let's hope we don't get like Van Geffen going for P1 in the first corner. That won't be ideal. So Van Geffen, just so you know, no sends for P1, please. That would be heartbreaking. Right then, we'll be starting our warm-up lap in a second. Here we go, Shetz to start the warm-up lap. So, this track, obviously, generally, as it is, quite a difficult one for cornering, and it's made a little bit more difficult with the amount of rain that's on the track at the moment. So these probably are going to have a little bit of issues, and if none of them have... and someone's starting in the pits there, I can't tell who that is. But if they haven't practiced this first corner, I feel like there might be a little bit of a pile-off. So hopefully people know where to brake, as Saunders greatly demonstrates there. Braking prowess as he goes through sheds. Hopefully they know where to brake on the first corner, especially in the wet. So we'll be hoping now that stays clean. I'm sure it will be though. These are all professional boyos, so I have no doubts that it will be absolutely fine. So Chris Downey starting behind St. Laurent. St. Laurent obviously never started this. I don't think he has started this far up on the field. So St. Laurent's little heart might be going. Hopefully no mistakes will be made because of that nerve. But maybe St. Laurent has a nerve of steel. Who knows? Who knows? Chris Down, however, definitely has nerve of steel. He doesn't care if anyone's in front of him. He will get past you. So St. Laurent, be watching. Yeah, I mean, Foxworth, you're absolutely right. Which one's going to pay off more? I think, if anything, it's going to be a commentating career for Last Row Racing, right? When Last Row Racing becomes the biggest esports. Huh? Huh? What a punk Jake is. Huh? To be honest, I'm quite proud of myself for surviving this long on chatting to myself. I could chat to myself forever though, you know? It's easy when I'm just so interested. As lots of people tell me. Flicks hair. Definitely studying the wrong thing, though. Definitely needs to study into commentating, doesn't he? Uni work sucks. Alright, thanks, Callum. How are you doing? Going to say I'll be a dub for the Beamer. Can't comment too much, I know, sweet. I know nothing about racing. So you're going for Downing. Okay, cool. That's a good shout, Morgan. I think you'll be slightly right potentially. With Downing doing well, I think he's going to climb up the table. Downing's very good at racing, just anything to do with racing. He's not a qualifier, he's a racer. You know, there's two types of racers. You've got the Bottas, who's incredible at qualifying, but then Bottas isn't good at racing, right? You've got your two polar opposites, and you need to think about that. Right, coming around to the last corner then, we're about to start the Hungaroring race. Now, I've got to try and remember not to look at the screen to my left whilst everything's going on and everything's changing, so I'm just going to have to go off what I can see for the start of this race. And the start of the race is going to start very soon, I can imagine. And now we're green, and Shetz gets a great start, but actually Saunders actually gets an absolute flyer of a start. He's staying right next to Shetz, and Shetz obviously doesn't have the straight line speed, so will Saunders be able to get around the outside? I don't think he will, not in the rain, of course. Ellis is making it 3 wide down the middle. Oh, and Ellis has to pull out because Saunders comes across, but obviously Saunders had that line, so that's his to take. Right, let's go to Helicam, see what's going on. Oh, look at all of them. They're all through the first corner pretty tidily, by the looks of things. Let's go to Martin Baruka so we can see all the cars. Oh, there's been a touch on Saunders for James Ellis. It's awful stuff for Saunders, and Saunders goes tumbling down the order. Oh, I don't know where he is now. He must be P8, something like that. He goes off the track as well. Oh, it's absolutely fallen apart for Saunders. And Brylant and Hardy off as well, unfortunately. In the background there. It's loads happening. Loads, absolutely tons happening in this first lap. Let's see if we can get a little bit far up, because everything has changed and I need to find someone at the front. Tommy Shetz still going absolutely strong. Is there anyone on the back of Tommy Shetz at the moment? Tommy Shetz is absolutely flying because of that crash. Tommy Shetz doesn't have anything to worry about now. He just needs to keep his pace and he'll be absolutely alright. Martin Baruka up to second. Where did Jamie Ellis drop to? Jamie Ellis has dropped to 7th. Our top 2 and 3 runners are now in the midfield pack and the midfielder fight in the rain. What's going to happen to them, we just don't know. So Baruka now, absolute flyer into P2. He'll be really happy with that. As Delgado quite far behind, so Martin Baruka now can just get into a rhythm, hopefully. And let them fight, and hopefully let them get further and further behind. Absolute class fight, though, at the moment. Downing up to P4. I told you, Morgan. You were right to say the Beamer was having a chance here. Downing absolutely brilliant when it comes to his racecraft. Absolutely stunning. Tommy Shetz still in P1. And he's making time. 3 seconds in front of Martin Baruka. And Martin Baruka, unfortunately, he's dropped down the order a little bit. Maybe got a little bit too trigger happy on that throttle in the rain. But it looks like he's okay for now. But as we say that, Delgado right in the back of him. Will he be able to keep this spot? I hope so. Praying. See, it's the father figure in the chat that's making this happen. Huh? It happened last race and it'll happen again. Delgado having a little look down the inside, but only to tickle it. He's not going to go down there. He's just making him a little bit wee nervous. Knockalainen going for a position here on St. Laurent, quite close. Chase Sanders up to P5 now. I think he was P7, so he's gained a couple of positions there. Sanders just behind Downing now as well, so there's going to be an absolute scrap fest for Downing's place, as you can see, because Downing is having issues shaking. Saunders now going up on the outside. I don't think he's going to do it on the outside. Switches position and switches back. Good decision making from Saunders. I don't think that was going to happen for him, unfortunately. We've got Martin Baruka now fighting for Delgado to keep him back and at bay. Delgado just staying quietly behind at the moment. Just pressuring him, seeing if he can push Baruka into a mistake. But Baruka is mistake free at the moment. I thought he did a mistake there. I thought we were in a different corner. He's mistake free at the moment. So Delgado might actually find it a little bit difficult to get past Baruka here. Who knows? Who knows? Let's have a look at Saunders then. Saunders then still on the back of Downing, but Saunders trying to have a go on Downing. Unfortunately can't. Pulls back a little bit. Now if I was Saunders here, I would just wait my turn here. 40 minutes to go. 40 minutes to go, and you're probably going to be able to get a podium if you keep yourself, you know, your head on your shoulders here. So I would say stick behind him, see what happens. Keep your tyres nice and clean, and you should be all right, Mr. Sanders. Or just don't do that. It's one of the two, you know. Martin Brugge now, still in front of Delgado. Oh, but Brugge goes wide, so wide. And is that a position for Delgado? He'll surely fight it back, though. And I think that is a position for Delgado at the moment. Delgado, yes, he slipped into P2. Unfortunately, Brugge going down to P3. Downing, unfortunately, now coming as well onto Brugge. Trying to capitalise on that mistake from Brugge. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Oh, but Delgado makes the same mistake. And Brugge trying to go down the inside, but unfortunately can't. I think he outbroke himself a little bit there as well, Brugge. Wowee, my voice. Feels like it's going to go. Bloomin' heck. How's the battle looking with Saunders and Downing now? Saunders still right on the back of Downing. Everyone's on the back of each other. Delgado, Brugge, Downing and Saunders so close to each other. As with the fight pretty much for P6. So many people behind each other now. I mean, that's how racing happens. But so very close. So very close. Oh, St. Laurent going a little bit off track there. I wonder how many time penalties there'll be in this race for off tracks. I just couldn't tell you. Just could not tell you. Let's see if there's any other battles going on at the moment. Doesn't look like there's any battles going on at the moment other than the ones we're seeing. Hey, oh, down in a little bit twisty-turny coming out of the corner there. Does he actually manage to keep it? He does. Oh, down in. Give yourself a high five, son. That was a catch and a half. Let's have a look at that replay. Make sure our replays are working just fine. Let's have a look down and then going into the tight S's of the Hungaroring. I can't remember the corner name. Getting a little bit too trigger happy on that curb. Oh, and a little bit of a tail out there. It's nice down and a little bit of showmanship there. I enjoy it. We all enjoy it. Gonna have a drink. Woo. Blooming heck. Tensions are high. Let's see what you're saying in the chat. Let's see what you're saying in the chat. St. Laurent has maple syrup running his veins. He keeps it consistent. Oh, will he get in the sugar rush? Well, to be fair, he's doing pretty good at the moment. Whoa! Not gonna line him with the slide as well. Gotta get a replay of that. Talking about showmanship for Downing. Blooming heck. Absolute brilliance there for a little drift. That was awesome. I've seen all races this year. Oh, have you, Mr. Brugge? Fair enough. Well, today is the day, hopefully, that Brugge will bring home a third position. A trophy for the mantelpiece. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. Connection lost. Ah, KD4. So unfortunate. Sorry, man. It's so unfortunate. Next time, brother. Next time. I'll see you on the track. Sanders' tyre is picking up now, overtaking incoming. Yes, definitely. I mean, Saunders is absolutely on his back. Oh, and Chris Downing now, unfortunately, concedes to Saunders. As we're saying that, as we say, he's going to overtake. So Saunders now, he's taken that position off Downing. And now he fights for Brugge. Brugge going to have a very difficult task, probably keeping Saunders at bay. We know how good Saunders is at overtaking and keeping positions and keeping his cool. And keeping your cool in the rain is vital. So let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he can. Let's see if Brugge can battle that with some with his head on his shoulders. Let's see, because at the moment he's made a couple of mistakes, Mr. Brugge. I mean, obviously, never been this far up, I don't think. So, you know, that's fair enough. I'd also be pretty damn nervous at the top three, especially in the rain. You don't want to make a single mistake, and that unfortunately makes you make mistakes. But yeah, Brugge looking good now. Looks like he's in a rhythm. So let's see what he can make. Let's see what he can make. Saunders, though, pressuring as much as he can. Whew, like a lion on the back of you. I can imagine it's not good fun. St. Laurent, P8. He started P7, I do believe, so he's dropped one position. Let's see if he can get it back. Jamie Ellis, P7. I don't think he's changed a position, if I remember correctly. This is what I need Jake for, to remind me of who started where and what started what. But no. Jake is doing his uni work. Like a boring man. Can we get poggers in the chat for Jake doing boring work? I can't believe I said poggers. Oh well. Oh, Martin Brugge. A little bit of oversteer, I think, there. Looking alright, though. Looking okay. Where's Chris Downing then at the moment? Compared to Saunders. Oh, Chris Downing's still in it. And to be fair, if Saunders gets a held up a little bit by Brugge. Who knows what kind of battle we're going to have with Downen and Sanders. Who knows? Tommy Schetz now, though, absolutely flying ahead. If he doesn't have any issues, I don't think they'll. I don't think we'll have a change in the top fighter. Yeah. 13 seconds in front of Delgado. Schetz is on a mad one. He is flying. Superman. Delgado as well, still second. Delgado must be very happy with that. And where did Delgado start? He started 5th, 4th? Very good from Delgado. But obviously he's going to have potentially the might of Jay Sanders on the back of him in a second. So if he can get past Brugge, of course. We haven't really seen the defending force of Brugge before this far up. So let's see how he defends in the rain. Obviously, defending as hard as it is in the rain. Triple times as hard. Groups 2 and 6 and 7 and 9 forming. Interesting battles on the table. There is some interesting battles on the table. They're all interesting, actually. Usually, obviously, you get like everyone kind of just splits up and, you know, does their own thing. But everyone's staying pretty damn close to each other here, which is obviously lovely to see. Let's have a look, see if there's any battles going down below, shall we? Let's have a look. So we've got Knockalainen there, 0.4 now off Downen. Everyone's staying in a line here. There's not really any groups, actually, now that I'm looking at it. There's not any groups, is there? It's just all one big chain of just battle. Battle and defence, battle and defence. Saunders now dropping off the back of Brugge a little bit there. Is Saunders potentially trying a bit too hard to get to Brugge? Oh, but as I say that, he's had an incredible launch off of that first corner. Will he be able to get pie? Oh, he looks to the inside, but Brugge obviously very smartly so defends that inside line. Really good racing here, actually. You know, let's be honest, battling in the rain usually doesn't go well. And these guys are keeping it clean as a whistle. So, hats off to you there, boys. Whoa. Oh, Chris down a little bit wide there. We'll be taking potentially a corner cut for that. I know that this track is very strict for the corner cutting. So, I can imagine he might be having a bit of an issue there. Let's have a look down the order, see if there's any battles going on. Not too many at the moment. J-Hub on his own at the moment. And he kind of splits off that like front pack, really. With Dan Brasquez, who I can't click on, so I'm guessing he has vanished. He has. Bless. So Dan Brasquez must have been involved in the first crash, unfortunately. That's unfortunate for him. Hasn't had a good string of luck recently, so that must be heartbreaking. Martin Brugge is still in front. I don't want to keep my eyes away from this Brugge and Saunders fight. We haven't seen this kind of fighting in a while, especially ones for this long. Brugge really, you know, pushing his elbows out here. Is that so? I thought Saunders was going in the pits there. I was like, there's no pit stop here, Saunders. It's a sprint race. Don't need it. Do not need it. Knockalainen still 0.4 off down, but Ellis catching ever so slightly on Knockalainen. Knockalainen though not getting into down and slipstream there. Wonder why. Not too sure why. Is Ellis going for a little dive? Oh, Knockalainen though doesn't see it coming. A little bit far back, to be fair. We have to say Ellis, that was a wee bit far back. Knockalainen, hopefully they haven't got damage, because that is going to absolutely destroy their races if they've got damage there. We'll see though. Martin Brugge is still keeping in front of a hungry Saunders. Let's have a look at that replay there of that dive. So how far back was Ellis there? He was a 1/10, to be fair, not too far back. To be honest, Knockalainen invited him. It has to be said. I don't know if he was making the corner, Ellis. I have no clue. I think he was. I don't know. I think that was a racing incident. Knockalainen obviously not thinking he was going to go for that move, but he invited him down that line. He invited him down it, and then he shut the door. Rafael Pierrello, I got a disconnection. I would like a refund. Oh, bless you, Rafaela. Next time. Next time, Rafael. Next time. I have to say, there's only a couple of people left in this race. 16 people are surviving at the moment. So, let's see how that forms. See how that forms. Martin Brugge still right on the back. Potentially, if he keeps this close on the back of Brugge, maybe it might be ascending to the first corner. I think it might be. Yeah, tactically staying on the back of him. Oh, and almost nudging. Almost like bump drafting Brugge there, Saunders. Will Saunders get in front here? He must do with the slipstream. But the slipstream's really close, so he can't use it. He can't slingshot himself in front. Let's see what he does. Going into the first corner, pulls out. Brugge goes to the right. Is he going to try and do an under and over here, Brugge, on Saunders? Saunders keeps really well on the inside and really good overtake there. Absolutely strong. He's waited for that moment there, and now he's released to get Delgado. The hunt is on for Saunders to get back into P2, and it's just going over. It's crazy. Let's see if we can get a little replay on that. I might have left it a little bit too long, and I did. Damn, I was just too happy to see a really good racing. But no, that was an incredible overtake. Well done to Saunders for keeping it clean, and well done for Brugge as well for keeping it clean. Brugge down into P4. T. Shetts as well. Blooming heck. Shetts has now made 20 seconds in front. Shetts is absolutely flying. Now, was I lying when I said the KTM was brilliant at this track? I don't think so, lads and ladheads. I don't think so. 20 seconds. Whew. Scorching it. Scorching it. Knockalainen now still 4/10 behind Chris Down. Hasn't really moved since, but Ellis has definitely moved. Knockalainen again. We can tell who's the fastest potentially here. Between Knockalainen and Ellis. It's goddamn Ellis, because he's caught right back up after that incident. Whew. So, 15 minutes into this race. It's been packed with action, to be fair, for a sprint race. Sprint races, sometimes you don't get much action at all. Everyone just kind of breaks up, and then that's it for the next 45 minutes. But this race has been absolutely phenomenal so far. Huh? How are you liking it in the chat, boys? How's the YouTube chat enjoying it? Are we enjoying ourselves watching this? I know I am. Oof! Knockalainen, a little bit of a late move there to go for the defence. And Ellis, oh, but the Ellis, he does an under and over on Knockalainen. Will Knockalainen get that back on him? I don't know if he will. Let's have a look. Goes down the inside here, Knockalainen. Will he get this inside line, or will Ellis get him on the outside? I can imagine he won't get him on the outside because of that the wet track. Obviously not on the racing line there. Yeah, and has to concede, unfortunately. Unfortunate for Ellis. Good little battle there. Good little struggle from Knockalainen and Ellis. Really good racing. It's been really good racing, to be fair. Obviously having that one incident mid-race with Knockalainen and Ellis, but it's not really been too bad. It was just a little bit of a nudge, and they're all still on the track, which is the main thing. Ellis now not giving an inch though after that move, wanting to go for another. He's hungry. Obviously making a move on this part of the track, very difficult, but he's going to attempt it. I think he's looking hungry. Oh, and that's Martin Brugge off. Oh, Martin, what's happened? Oh, and he's got big damage on the front. Is that the end of Brugge's race? Unfortunately, no front aero on that car anymore. I don't know what's happened. I'm guessing he had a little bit of a crash. He had a bit of an off. I don't think he's taken anyone out, or anyone's taken him out. I wonder what happened there. It's unfortunate for Brugge. He was doing so well up front. But now, if Chris Downham wasn't involved in that crash, which it doesn't look like he was, he's all scratch free. Martin Brugge, Chris Downham, he's all scratch free. So now Downham is released, to try and catch Saunders. But Downham might have been using a lot of his tyres, so who knows where his tyre degradation will be compared to Downham, compared to Saunders. There we go. See, I need Jake to bounce off. My head is melt. Head is fried. Head gone. No thoughts. Head empty. Oh dear. Let's have a look at Ellis's little move there actually on Knockalainen just a lap ago. See how nice it is. So Knockalainen there. Knockalainen coming for the defence. Actually quite a fair bit before the braking zone there, but Ellis sent him for hot dogs. But unfortunately Knockalainen managed to keep that inside line. Ellis just couldn't get that fixed. But Ellis says, nay, I will not stand down, as he's still going for the position on Knockalainen. And I don't think he'll stop. That's Martin Bruyker now on the back of Ellis. I don't know how Martin Bruyker's times are affected. So Martin Bruyker's best time was a 2 minute and 1.2, and his last was a 2 minute and 5.6. Let's see what lap time does now to see what his pace change is. Hopefully not too much of a pace change. Yeah. Let's see what his pace is like now that he's got a little bit of front damage. Obviously, this track's prone to needing a lot of downforce, and if you've got a little bit of a broken wing there, it might not be good fun for you. Delgado now got Saunders on the back of him. Saunders wasted no time getting on the back of Delgado. I can imagine Delgado's been fearing in this moment for a couple of laps now. I can imagine his team boss or whoever's talking to him told him that Delgado's gone off. Sorry, Delgado's got off. Martin Bruyker went off. I can imagine he was saying, right, you're going to have to go as fast as you can now because Mr. Saunders is on you, the big bad wolf. He's going to blow your house down. Classic nursery rhyme there for anyone who anyone knows the reference. Which I'm sure you do. Of course. Unless it's just a British thing. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Delgado then still in second and actually pulling away a little bit there from Saunders. Saunders potentially making a little bit of a mistake there on the first corner of that lap. Very nicely staying in front there. Well done, Delgado. Oh, but Saunders coming through like a bullet. Did you see that? Sending it into each corner, Saunders is. Absolute legend. See Downen now. How did this happen? He's in P7. Mr. Downen go off? I think Mr. Downen went off. He's behind Bruyker now. That's not good for Downen. Downen was released, and now Downen unfortunately has done nothing too much with that release. And now he has to get past Martin Bruyker again, which I can imagine he's all but overjoyed about. All but overjoyed that he has to try and get past Bruyker again. Bless your little cotton socks. I'm sure you'll do it. I'm sure you'll manage. Or Bruyker defend, who knows. Jamie Ellis then drops off Knockalainen a little bit there actually. Is Ellis maybe getting a little bit hot-headed and making a couple of mistakes there? St. Laurent making a big mistake there, going off the track a little bit. He'll pick up a penalty for that. Well, not a penalty, sorry. A little warning from the boffins back up in the tower. Delgado 0.7 to Saunders. Saunders dropping off actually from Delgado. Is Delgado making time on Saunders now that he knows that he needs to speed it up? I think he is, you know. Or is Saunders just too eager to get in front, so he's not spending any time reining that in? We actually don't know. Chris Downen then still catching up to Martin Bruyker. Not doing a fast job of it. He's just taking his time on this one. The rain's still coming down for the next 10 minutes. Apparently it's going to be very rainy. After that, we don't know what it's going to be like. I'm sure we'll be updated in the next couple of minutes. Apparently in the next 3 minutes what the weather's going to be like after that 10 minutes. So let's hope. Tommy Shetts. 26 seconds in front of the pack now. He really doesn't need to do anything, Shetts. He can put his feet up on the dash at this point and just drive with his feet. Drive with his feet and put his hands on the pedals. He can start doing somersaults, I reckon, if he wants. Maybe he can go... He could probably nip off to a McDonald's drive-thru right now. Get a McFlurry. And then just get back on with the race and still probably be 10 seconds in front. Bless. Delgado now having issues with Saunders, though. Will Saunders manage to get past Delgado? Unfortunately, he does not. Saunders drops off again. Is Saunders a little bit worried about getting past Delgado? Is Delgado the defending king? Maybe he is. Has Saunders finally met his match with Delgado? Delgado obviously got everything to win here. He's got everything to lose. Never been this high up, Delgado, and he'll want this podium position for all its might. But Saunders now right on the back of Delgado. Delgado can't really do anything at this point, but Saunders doesn't have the... Oh no, but Saunders actually slips back in for that slipstream. Will he pull out just before this corner starts to try and get that inside line? He won't, actually. He's trying to push Delgado into the middle. He's trying to do an in and out here. Oh, Saunders might get the in and out. Nope, he doesn't, unfortunately. He has to back off. Delgado's still in front. What's happening here, Saunders? Delgado keeping you at bay there, son. Keeping the wolf at bay. It's marvellous stuff. Chris Downing 0.6 split Laurent and Chris Downing. Has Chris Downing got damage that we can't see? Or his tyres are gone or something like that? He's going off the track a little bit. A wee bit. I'm not too sure. Delgado and Saunders still fight it out. Ellis and Knockalainen, the fight is back on for P4. And a higher position now as well, as Ellis smells the P4. Just pulls out there, has a little bit of a whiff. To the right side, sees what the crack is, sees what's going on, but just goes back in. Slots back in after he's seen what the crack is in front. Oh, a little bit drifty there. And Ellis somehow managing to keep that and actually gaining time on Knockalainen. You juicy boy, Ellis. Juicy lad. I want to see that again. So as we're coming around this corner, we go on to the back cam of Knockalainen to see what Ellis is like on the back of Knockalainen. Look at this from Ellis. Whoa, styling it out a little bit and actually gaining time. Legendary stuff. Delgado and Saunders on the start straight now. Will Saunders make it here? He's probably actually got enough time here to get some slipstream, sorry, and lose a bit of downforce for that straight line speed. But can he do it? He can't. Apparently the McLaren is king when it comes to straight line speed. Oh, but the McLaren apparently isn't turning king. He managed to keep it in. He managed to keep the McLaren at bay though, through that understeer. Oh, Saunders going for the outside move. Saunders, you cheeky bugger, you can't do that. Can he do that? Well, he bloody did. Woman X Saunders. It takes hours to get past Delgado, and then he does it in such a such a mean way. Let's have a look at that move. On the outside, accompanied by a bit of server lag there. Gorgeous. Bloomin' heck, Saunders. Where have you been keeping this? Huh? Saunders now back into his P2, and that's great because I remember he was P like 8, 7 at the start of this at the start of the first lap, and within what is it, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. Can't do quick maths. He's back into P2. Beautiful stuff. Jimmy Ellis now fallen off the back of Knockalainen. I wonder what he's done. I wonder if he's had a bit of a slide trying to get past Knockalainen. Again, 15 minutes, Ellis. Got 15 minutes to get past him. Keep your cool, head on your shoulders, and you might be able to make something of it. As Martin Breuker now, apparently with the some Dutch courage, going down, kind of making Ellis's life a little bit of hell right now, even without a wing. Can you imagine what it could be like with a wing? I don't want to even think about it. What an overtake indeed. The crowd goes mental for Saunders' move. Breuker on his way back. He is, honestly. You would never have thought it. But where has he came from? 8th to 6th now with a broken wing. bloody phenomenal. Huh? Hands down and hands up and hands down and hands up as we pray for Bruca. Oh. Absolute legend. Legendary status goes to the Bruca household. Jay Saunders now making 0.6 in front of Delgado. Delgado actually not really giving up without a fight. You would have thought Saunders might be in front and by a long shot here, but Delgado is actually still hunting Saunders a little bit here. I wonder if he'll actually get onto the back of Saunders. I'm not too sure. I guess we'll find out very soon. Nockalainen now has made a second in front of Jimmy Ellis. Will Nockalainen stay fourth to finish fourth? Who knows? Who bloomin' knows? Martin Bruca still giving Jamie Ellis a little bit of a hard time here. Catching up. It's actually phenomenal with that broken wing on this track, in rain. Absolutely phenomenal. We haven't had a weather update yet. No, we haven't had a weather update from the BBC Sky News. BBC Sky News? I don't think that's how it works. Nothing yet. Robertson entering the top 10. Yes, indeed. Robertson, I don't think has been top 10 just yet. So it'd be lovely to see Robertson get a top 10. J Hub as well, 9th. That's way better than where he started. We were getting some top 10 points. That'll do him nicely. St. Laurent in 8th. Might not be happy with that from where he started. I can imagine he would have wanted to finish where he started. But it's better than nothing. And I can imagine he's happy with it. He'd be happy with a PA. Happy with a top 10. Who wouldn't be happy with a top 10, eh? It's like legendary status. It's legendary. You know what I've noticed? I haven't had a... I've made like so many follow emotes on my Twitch stream thing, right? And they haven't been like touched by anyone in ages. I haven't heard the Twitch notification come through yet. I'm still waiting. Oh, bless. I guess it won't come. Maybe next week someone will press that follow button. Who knows? As long as you're all happy though. It's good with me. Jay Saunders now, 0.4 on Delgado. As Saunders potentially absolutely ripped apart his tyres. That could be a potential, because Delgado was catching. He was 0.6 behind, and Delgado is now 0.4 behind. Ah, he's what, 0.5 now. He's shown me up. Show me up. And he's dropping right back down. I think Delgado might have had a little bit of an incident there behind Saunders. Saunders, though, streaming ahead. Whew. Yeah, Tommy Schetz is lapping second and a half, I think. Second and a half? 2.4, sorry. 2.4 quicker than Saunders is. T. Schetz is on an absolute flyer. There's no stopping Tommy Schetz. Even if Tommy Schetz went off the track right now and crashed, I still think he would finish first. Been absolutely blitzing it. Commentating by yourself is the slow transition of insanity. It is, you know. It really is. I need Jake here next time to just make some humble jokes about me or about the drivers, about the track, about the weather, about his university. I just need him back. I need him back. Jokes, I don't like the kid. Joke and Jake, love you. Right. Ooh, Delgado getting a little bit close to the back end of Saunders there. Just letting him know that he's there still. Saying like, hey Saunders, eh? I'm still here, son. I'm still here. And I'm battling you, actually. I'm giving you a little bit of a tussle. He's doing well, eh? Very, very proud of you. Martin Bruca, up to P4. What has happened? Jimmy Ellis is dropping down the line quite quickly. Oh, Jimmy Ellis! What's happened with Jamie Ellis there? I have no idea. I didn't expect a massive crash. Well, that's Martin Bruca back up to P4. I'm guessing Knockalainen and Brugger had a bit of an incident because Brugger was behind Ellis at the time and now he's in front of Knockalainen and Ellis. Have they had a bit of a coming together? Oh, we'll never know. Sad times, but I think that is probably what's happened, unfortunately. Martin Brugger then has got to defend this P4 position from Knockalainen for the next 10 minutes. Will he be able to do it? Let's hope so. Let's blooming hope so. Sanders then. Sanders making time now, unfortunately, on Delgado. And Delgado probably out of the slipstream. Actually, is he? I think Delgado will still get a smidge. A little smidge of downforce back there. Not enough, though, realistically, to keep up with Saunders. I think when it comes to the next lap, he'll definitely be out of it. Whoa, my voice is going a bit hoarse. Hoarse meaning bad. Well, it's good that it's calmed down now. If my voice is going, huh? Give myself a little rest. Good old drink there will help it. Help soothe the throat. We've got 9 people in the chat. How are we all doing? How have we all enjoyed the race? How would you rate it out of 10? Would you say it's one of the best races in the series so far? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on this race? Huh? I need someone to talk to. So please do. Right then, so let's have a look actually at the championship and see where people will be. Let's see if people will be very happy with where they are. So Tommy Shet's obviously first, and he'll be taking his victory with him, most likely at this point. I'm guessing. Fingers crossed that T-Shet's doesn't come up against a blue flag or something like that and wipe him out. T-Shet, by the looks of it, will take that P1 spot and move up in the Drivers' Championship and keep Saunders at bay in second. Chris Down, unfortunately, probably won't battle Jay Sanders much and probably stay in third as James Ensby. He's out of this race, unfortunately. So James Ensby won't be battling Chris Down, so Chris Down will probably stay P3 quite comfortably. But Martin Brugger, on the other hand, he's fifth. So he could actually bring it back to Chris Downer and give Chris Downer a little bit of defiance. Martin Brugger, a bit of a defiance against Chris Downer and bring the fight back to him. Enzo Benvenuti, he's not in this race, unfortunately, so he will probably go a little bit down because Knockalainen is in 7th. He'll probably move up to, I can imagine, P6 at this point. Let's see. Actually, no, might not move up to P6. Probably stay P7, but he'll be in arm's reach of Benvenuti for next race. Jimmy Ellis. Oh, Jimmy Ellis is going to probably move up actually to P6. He's in 8th at the moment. He's probably going to stick there. I don't think there's going to be much chance now that he moves up. Carlos Delgado in 9th. He'll probably move up mad amounts. I don't know the point system, unfortunately, so I can imagine he's going to move a crazy amount up. He's P9 at the moment. I'm estimating he's going to be P7 from this win. And then we've got Christopher Breland with 3 or 5 points in 10th. And where is Breland at the moment in this race? Well, he isn't in this race. Oh no, he is. Never mind. P12. P12. My eyes do deceive me. Let's get back on to here so we can see what else is happening. Chris Down is still in the race. P7. After his after whatever happened. I still don't know what happened. I can imagine it'll be in the Discord server though, so we'll get notified, I'm sure, after the race of what happened to Down. Unfortunately, as well, there won't be any interviews after this one. Jake usually does the interviews and writes stuff down for them, so yeah, and I can't keep track of, writing interview questions down whilst all of it's happening. So unfortunately, there won't be any interviews tonight. I'm very sorry. Hugvin and Robertson going at it for P10. Robertson and was 13th now. Hoogven's definitely taken that. Hoogven weren't messing around. Hoogven's taking that top 10 spot. Oh, and unfortunately, Breast Little Brelance and Robertson down there, P12, P13. Poor Robertson. He was aiming so high. So high. 9 out of 10 if De Bruyke keeps it in 4th. I think he will, you know. I think Bruyke will... I think Bruyke's got it. I think he has actually... He's got it. I reckon. 4 seconds now splits Nokkalainen and Bruyke, so... I can imagine he's got it. And what a place that will be, actually, for Bruyke, depending on like what race he's had. He's back into where he was, which is 4th, so he can't be unhappy with that. Yeah, very good. Yes, you're right, Admiral. You are indeed right. Right. Let's see then if there's any late battles going on at the moment. Matt and Bruyke, 1.5 second gap, sorry. The game lied to me again about the timing, as it always does. Huh? Fix your timing screens. Assetto Corsa. Helps me out a bunch. So I don't have to sit here and count. Matt and Bruyke though. He's keeping a nice gap now of around 2 seconds. So that is lovely, and I can imagine he's loving that a lot. The weather still hasn't changed, so I don't think we're going to see a change in weather so drastically. So at the moment the lineup is Tommy Schett. Apparently with a gap of 1.6. I don't think that's true. Ah! He's past a back marker. That's why. Tommy Schett's now way ahead of the pack. He's definitely going to take this this victory, and a well-deserved victory, home. Jay Sanders back into P2 after a horrendous start to the race. Managed to climb his way back up, and some good racing from Sanders let him back into P2 with a little bit of luck on the side, of course. C. Delgado keeping it in P3. He'll be absolutely over the moon with the P3, as will Bruyke with the P4. Nokkalainen, he's setting the pace in P5. Nobody random at the moment. It doesn't look like he's really attacking. Doesn't look like he's defending either. Maybe just settling. I feel like Nokkalainen will settle for 5th at this point. I feel like he's had a tough race. And 5th will be good. 5th will be good. Saint Laurent back into 6th. Saint Laurent will be very happy with that, actually. I think. Generally around the place where he started, so I can't imagine he won't be too worried about that. Morgan White says, is the Beamer still winning? The Beamer is not winning, unfortunately. The Beamer got up to P4, but then he had an incident which we didn't see, Mr. White. So we never got to see that, unfortunately. But, you know, he's still fighting valiantly. Maybe he'll get past Saint Laurent if he somehow manages to gain like a second in one lap. Don't know if he will, though. So we'll see about that. Jamie Ellis down in P8 with that massive wing damage. I don't think he's going to get anywhere anytime soon with that. I can imagine my Mini Cooper. Mum's Mini Cooper, sorry. We'll get a little bit quicker than that. It's probably a lie, actually, because that's a supercar. Mini Coopers aren't that quick. Unless the John Cooper works, of course. What a beautiful car. Jake Hope in 9th at the moment. And just behind him, Hoogven, who took the 10th spot away from Robertson. Upsetting times for Robertson. Lusenbergen in 11th there, just behind Hoogven, giving it a little bit of something to look at it in his mirror, into Hoogven's mirror, just to make Hoogven remember that he's in a race. That's nice of him. That's lovely of him. Christopher Brelance in 12th. Robertson, he's in 13th. Van Geffen still in the race in P14. He's gained a couple of positions through no fault of his own. The only Alpine racing at the moment on this track. Baldinger unfortunately sets the pace at the back with Hardy just in front of him. Having a little battle there for the last place. Who will be last? Who knows at this point, huh? Come on, Baldinger, you've got it in you. Delgado then. Brooker actually making time on Delgado, I think. 2 seconds splits them. And I think Brooker's actually managed to gain a bit of time on Delgado there. You love to see it. You love to see it. Let's see what the YouTube chat's saying. Another 10 laps and we could have another fight for the podium. That's Spinch's accident, unfortunately. Yeah, it is unfortunate. It would have been nice to see another fight for the for podium, but you know, it is what it is. The rain does magical things on the cars. St. Laurent and P6, great production placement for Canadian maple syrup. Hashtag ad. Come on, St. Laurent, baby. You got this, babe. You got this. Probably come around now for the final lap. I think Shet actually might make it the final lap after these 20 seconds, and he will because he's halfway around the track. Final lap then for everyone. It's been a stunner of a race. It doesn't look like anyone's going to change any positions anytime soon unless they have last lap nerves and spin off the track in an awful fireball. But I don't think that's going to happen. Saunders, by the looks of it, going to sit a nice P2. But look how far Saunders is compared to Shet. Shet's almost finished his lap, his last lap. And Saunders has only pretty much just started it. Pwah. Nobody's got the legs on Tommy Shet. What an absolute dominant victory. Justin St. Laurent still in 6th. The maple syrup is the high life, apparently, for that man. Christopher Downing just behind him. 2-second gap between them. Delgado still trying to shake Brooker off a little bit, but Brooker having none of it, actually. Still staying on the back. Still fighting strong. Still fighting strong. And Shet's now, very deservedly, comes across the line. And that is how... I can't tell how far he is ahead, but it must be 30-40 seconds as he goes off the track. Very well-deserved crash there after much concentration. And these guys are still only halfway through the lap. So we've got to wait for them to come through. Yeah, looks like everyone's going to stay where they are, fortunately. So no last corner battles, unless we get a dive from Brooker from 2 seconds back. That would be insane. And I would have the utmost respect for Brooker sending that car down there. Yeah, that should be fun. Right, as we're coming around the penultimate corner, and then to the last corner of the Hungaroring. Hungaroring? It is called the Hungaroring. Well done, Callum. I don't know why I got confused with that. Hungaroring. Last corner here. Saunders comes around to hopefully finish in P2, as Delgado actually catching to Saunders a little bit. I wonder what happened to Saunders there. Delgado catching, but only gets P3, but I'm very happy with that. And Martin Brooker, P4. Very, very good position there from Martin. He will be very happy. He'll be over the moon, I think, actually, is a word for it. Knockalainen, he comes through 5th. St. Laurent, he comes 6th, and he'll be very happy with that. Christopher Downing crashing off in style in P7 just behind St. Laurent. Unfortunately, St. Laurent must be very happy with that. Ooh. Jamie Ellis coming across the line, a P8. Fortunately, a little bit of a miserable race for Ellis. Hopefully he'll come back strong, though, next week. Next week? Next 2 weeks, sorry. Hugoven, he comes across the line, P9, with Oostenbergen and Christopher Verns actually racing very hard towards the line. Jay Hub comes just behind them in 12th. And Robertson, unfortunately with the massive wing damage, comes P13 to finish it off. Well, that was our race, boys. Huh? It was a good one. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Let's get back to the clean interlude is what I call it. I don't know which one my music is. Which one's my music? Oh, it's this one. You can tell that I'm a professional in the media. Absolute professional. Can't get past me. Well. We had a great time there, huh? That was probably one of the better races in the series. I think you could all agree. As you say, yeah, really broke a very nice race. I would say the same. I would say the same, Rudy. Thank you all for watching throughout as well and giving me someone to chat to. Nice job surviving commentating by yourself. I appreciate it, Foxworth. There he goes. Someone knows. So thank you very much for staying with me, Foxworth, and all you lovely 9 people that we had, I think, throughout that race. Thank you for chatting to me, staying with me, and staying strong throughout the race. That was very lovely of you all. So that'll throw some spanners in the works for the championship. I think there's only 3 races left in the championship now, isn't there? I think. Let's have a look. How many races are left? There is. Callum was right. Don't doubt yourself, Callum. 3 races, and we get the last Super Endurance in the next 2 weeks. So that is the big scoring point opportunity, and that is going to be the last time that we can get big points on the scoreboard. What the heck? For all of these drivers. So, with that, I will leave you guys on that. Come back in the next 2 weeks for some absolutely fantastic racing, as always. Oh, thank you, Brooke, for agreeing with Foxworth. Guys, I love you so much, huh? You beautiful peeps. So beautiful, each and every one of you. Thanks for the stream. No worries, Van der Velde. You deserve it. You deserve it. Now, you know, kick your feet up, have a rest, do whatever you do when the stream isn't on. And I'll be back, and we'll be back within 2 weeks for the Barcelona Super Endurance. Good job. Thank you. Come on, you're going to make me blush, Vanda. You're going to make me blush. Thank you so much for the stream, guys. It's been a pleasure, as always. And I will see you in the next 2 weeks for the Super Endurance at Barcelona.